One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California, home to the Fresno State Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Fresno State Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Cardinal offense will take the field to get things underway. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing you've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early, get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. You start the season top 25. Clearly, expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously, some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He'll keep it himself.
You go with the option, quarterback keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. So now the offense is going to have to regroup. A turnover on the first drive of the game can bruise that confidence a little bit.
No doubt about it. It's so hard as an offense to create any momentum and get any confidence early when you turn it over at this juncture in the game. You're just trying to kind of feel out this defense, and you're formatting them, and you're trying different play calls to set things up for later. But when you turn it over on the first drive, it's hard to get that momentum started.
Davis will throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Can make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
The pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Guys, let's take a big picture view of Stanford. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people are leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Breaks into the open. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Punch it out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Quickly complete. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route. And then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
From the gun, looking for a man. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Gonna look downfield again. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Rushes on him. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. That's it fly. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. To the ground with the back. Turning it on. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Got it near midfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. On the option. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for it. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
To throw, it's Hawkins. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
Fellas, few programs ooze history quite like Notre Dame and Michigan, and we've got an early clue on who might be coming out on top. Michigan found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage maize and blue football. Those folks in the big house won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Trying play action. Fires to the middle. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Caught behind the line. It's Hawkins. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Fresno State will have to punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll take it on the return, and he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Gives it on the option. Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So first down here as they go back to work. He'll pull it on the read. Got the first himself. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Spits it out to the back. He's got it. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. LSU delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Baton Rouge. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Defense might bring the house here. Davis looking to pass. Pulls it in. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You've got to find him in the passing.
Fresno State right back to the line. Just keep slinging it. Right down the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Balls it in. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. They'll run the screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Rides the back on the option to give. They get him down, but they'll mark it beyond the line to gain. It's first down, Fresno State. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Davis will throw. The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Quick strike complete. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Need to do a better job as a defender tackling the catch. On the curl route, he had a chance to break on the ball, get the receiver down, couldn't do it, and as a result, they give up an explosive play.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming down.
The Sneak scores it.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to pass, it's Hawkins. Throws to the tight end. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the 1st half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
The give on the option. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And this offense on 1st down, man. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all of the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Hawkins. Takes the easy completion. There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets rid of it. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Love the effort. Tried to toe tap, but at the end of the day, that's just a really good-looking incompletion.
Misfired on first down. Back to the air on second. Fires to the big fella. Open space at the 25. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy. Maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you can tell they got in there so quick. The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They're not into threes. They want sixes. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on fourth down. They'll run for it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Send the tight end in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Hawkins. Under fire. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is, and you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And
this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, what a cut! Oh, he's got some space. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Davis looking to pass. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling the quarterback, something has to change for this offense.
It's a running room. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Absolutely perfect. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the 3rd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Auburn escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Tigers fans there today could have done without this one being so close. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide.
Breaks into the open. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Stanford! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and setting it up.
This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Got his man on the right. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Fresno State will have to punt. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. On his way back from the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. To the air, it's Hawkins. Fires to the middle. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
It's a fumble! And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that.
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got the first down and more.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They'll ride the hot hand. Hard running there. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can just shed people off. What a great job smelling the end zone and getting in.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point. And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Fresno State will have to punt it away. He takes it at the 45. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. So now it's 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
Makes the grab. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Now on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Quarterback on the keeper. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Man, so nice to have a QB. When you need him, in the moments, can get those big 3rd down conversions with his legs. He does it here. He showed you the wheels some today, but a nice job late in this football game when you really need it.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After the run, now to throw. Makes the grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Here's a heat. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
And I just love love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Gives it on the option. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Fresno State will have to punt. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. And this senior really has command of the entire attack right now. And the QB has more than had his way just lining up the secondary and the scoreboard, Jesse.
Yeah, and Grease, talking to the coaches coming into this one, they felt like they had a real opportunity in this game to throw the football with success, understanding just how talented their quarterback is. And he's really answered the bell. He's done a really nice job with his decisions. He's played on time. He's been accurate. And this offense has been up and down the field in large part because of how well their quarterback is playing.
Red pass, it's complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
You know, there are probably a lot of coaches out there with a lead like this that would like to run the ball and see if they could ice this game and bleed the clock. Not this coaching staff. They are going to be aggressive. They are going to continue taking shots.
Stanford comes up with a 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Hawkins. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The play action fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hawkins. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. Fresno State will have to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. And they've gotten a superb performance from their senior quarterback. He's been elite in every aspect. He's thrown the ball on time. He's made big plays down the field. He's punched it in when they've gotten opportunities. You just couldn't ask for anything more. Oh, the speed, the acceleration, the elusiveness, and he's down to the 43.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. Stanford going back to work with another first down.
Here we go.
He'll keep it himself. Quarterback gets enough. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters, you're scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Fresno State will have to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. And when the man behind center has it going the way he has so far, you are feeling good about reaching into the playbook. And he's thrown it all over the place. Been a bit of a mismatch, candidly, Jesse.
I think there were high expectations for this guy coming into the year, but I don't know if anyone thought it would look this good. He has been so dialed in today. When he's doing the work during the week leading up to the game, boy, oh boy, it shows up on game day. He's got a lot of talent, but you combine the mental approach to that talent, this guy's virtually unstoppable.
Looking for space. It's Gomez. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting